Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. We are live here on YouTube. I got Gary here. Dylan unfortunately is not going to make it with us tonight. He is at a birthday party. But we're here to talk with you guys and talk about the video and answer your guys' questions. Let's see, my mom said boys need to be careful of what they ask for. No idea what she's referring to though. I'm not 100% sure. But welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. We got two people in here. Let's get this shared out. And that way we can talk about the video. No, we had quite a few people in here in the premiere. We had over 100 views so far on the video. I'm sure it's going to get a lot more over the next couple days. We had a lot of people sharing it out. Michelle asked Gary, "How's your neck?"
It is recovered and ready for some more.
Oh Lord.
You
But
know me.
yeah, so Gary actually had three scratches on each side of his neck, which was pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean,
That was tough.
but
We
yeah,
ended up acting on it very fast and cleansing him and getting him back to normal. It was kind of a rough little 30 minutes there. So,
yeah, we took the holy bubble bath and went back in and got all dirty again and
yep,
repeat the same process. And guess what? Doing it again.
pretty much.
So
Um so Gary, share your background in the paranormal. When did you begin and
back in 1621. No, so it all started. Well, it kind of paranormal, like everyone says. Oh, it came to me. No, actually, when I was a little kid, I went to my grandmother's house, and I was always drawn to this certain room. And my mother had experiences of always like a spirit pulling at her feet, and then um, so I was always drawn to this room, and it went to an attic, and I just experienced paranormal for the first time. I think when I was like 7 years old, and then that got me drawn into it. And then of course then television blew up back then with all the television TV shows. And then I dabbled with it in high school, and then I kind of stopped. High school was kind of like graveyards and urban exploring, and then I joined the Marines, went on the crayon diet, and then after that,
so there was a moment, speaking of crayons, that I didn't put in the video,
you
but
should have.
there was a I know I should have. But there's a moment where cuz Gary's a retired Marine and so the running joke is the Marines eat crayons and I grew up in a Marine family so it's funny to all of us.
What you should do is
And
make a blooper video
I should
of.
I'm going to make a members only blooper video coming up soon. And so, if you guys want to become a member, Michelle Graham is one of my members here. So, we'll be doing a member only video of some of the uncut footage that wasn't in the actual content. So, um, like, there'll be like a blooper reel of the funniest moments. I have where you're walking through and you ended up like stumbling on something and you're going, oh shit, my britches, or something like that. I have to find that. It was so
Well,
funny.
and then most people don't know that I kind of conned. I'm like a paranormal con man, and I was like, "Hey, John, go to the basement, check out the stuff down there. I want to see what's down there.
Oh, that
I'll
was in
stay
the
up here.
hospital.
No, that was in the house." And I was like, "I'll stay up here with Dylan because Dylan's acting kind of strange. You go to the basement. I shut the lights off and shut the door, and you're like, dude."
Any other further confirmation of who or what was on the property? So there was definitely a spirit of a female, and there was a spirit of a male downstairs. He gave us the name Walter. Walter supposedly was connected to the house sometime in the 30s,
Walter. It
or
was
20s or 30s.
Walter in the name
Ida.
Ida and the other name.
Well, Johnny was the drummer boy, I
No,
think.
when we were upstairs on the stairwell, Steven came across a lot. Like I'm being
Yeah,
serious. That name
right.
came across a lot. Wasn't William one? William?
I don't know if William was one of them, but the names Stephen, Ida, and Walter came across quite frequently. And then there's that ancient spirit that was there, the one that kind of messed with us pretty hard. I think it was more on the elemental range of things. I think it was a protective spirit from the Native Americans, and it just didn't like us investigating on that land. Yeah, the female felt very protective of the property, but she wasn't the bad one. It was whatever was upstairs, and it kept saying that it was trapped.
Yeah, and it's kind of a hit or miss too. Like when we go to so many locations, from location to location, it's like we don't know when we start pulling out like spirit boxes and all these, and then you use things for communication like a simple flashlight. There could be a possible, I mean, even a residual attachment to it. You don't know, and then it just you don't know what you're dealing with, and I
Yeah,
think
I
the
mean,
craziest
really, you
part
never
was the
know what
craziest
you're
part
truly
that was
dealing
the
with.
most exciting was when John was sitting there and me and Dylan kept seeing this like 3.5, 4 foot shadow lurking around John. And then we did like a horseshoe turn, and then we were talking about that prohibition book, and the door opened up. That
Yeah,
door was literally
that door was locked
was
shut.
locked. Like I slammed the door shut, locked it, latched it. The only way you're getting through is if you pop the lock and turn the doorknob. And if you actually zoom in, right, you can see the doorknob turning.
Oh yeah.
I had camera malfunctions where it went from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, and John
And
made fun of me.
how many times did the ovulus go off? I think it was somewhere in the ballpark of
Uh,
150 times in like
it
two
went off a
hours.
lot, and then I know when we did our solo sessions, when I was getting
Oh,
affected, I actually collapsed at the top of the stairs, and then the ovulus was no word came across, and then you guys opened the door, and then it spit like Eminem was doing his freestyle. It was just
yeah.
going, and I was
I
just
would
like, I
actually
want
like
to,
to get that footage from Dylan if he would give it to me, which I'm pretty sure he will at one point, and edit that into like a members only content.
that'd be pretty
It
cool.
was a very heavy door. That door was not a light door.
No, and it was hard to close and open because we had the two DVR cords running under that door, so it was wedged shut. Think about that.
Yeah.
I just thought of that.
Yeah,
That
that's
actually
true
you
too.
because we actually had to kind of like bump it a little bit to open it.
Yep.
Um, so
Yeah, there was a lot of strange stuff, and then the shadow when Dylan started acting really strange when he got started channeling whatever energy was there. He started channeling the spirit, and the shadow ran right across. I don't know how many people caught it, but I even slowed it down. It almost looks like it has a feather on the back of its head, maybe a Native American or some that maybe even the elemental energy.
also we captured what the crawler in the ceiling, but
Oh yeah.
I think we brought that with us from other locations we won't name, but I think that was something different.
And did we want to make an announcement about the hospital or not quite yet?
Not yet. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
So
already getting blown up.
we have some big stuff in the works, guys. We got a location we're basically the caretakers of, but that's all I can really say about it right now. Gary and I have been working with the owner.
Let's just say that I'll be sitting at home owning it, and John will be living in a crematorium. So if you guys please get John to quit smoking, or he will turn into ash.
Jesus. No, so Gary actually did recently purchase the hospital from the current owner. We've been in the works of this project for over 6 months, and I'm actually going to become the full time caretaker within probably 6 to 8 months from now.
You got to get up there pretty soon because
Yeah,
I already got some
I'm gonna be up there
private things
probably
selected.
February 1st.
I already got some private. I already have stuff booked. That's private stuff. First come, first serve.
Okay.
Um, and the way it's set up, I can advertise the way it's set up is it's 12. Your start time is 12 p.m. and your end time is 12 p.m. the next day. You get a 24-hour slot. Um, and there is going to be property security there for the entire time. If that's me,
I,
John,
I'm the property security as well as Gary and Dylan. If Dylan
um,
can be up there.
other than that, I mean,
And it was so cool because
it's
like we literally drove past these locations. What was it last summer when we were
yeah.
filming the Salina, Kansas Masonic Temple? And we had a crazy feeling when we drove by this area, and we're like, we feel a lot of energy rolling up here, and we started talking around and spent the next couple months. Breakpoint said, "How much is it going to be for the 24-hour lockdown?"
It depends because I have different packages. I'm still um basically manifesting. And then different packages have different accesses, what you need, what you're doing. If you're going to be filming, then it's different than
And
just like a
I
ghost
may or
story.
may not have Kendall coming up, so
So,
FYI.
okay. And then I do have already two coffins that's been used, and they do have blood and bodily fluids in it.
Yeah.
So you will see John on a live feed laying in one.
No, no, you
Yeah,
won't.
just for like 3 seconds. So,
But yeah, I am actually gonna take the former crematorium and make it into my office there,
which is built upon limestone.
which is built upon a limestone deposit.
Oh, so but
Yeah, it's gonna get crazy, guys. We're gonna have all the information released here very soon. But we gotta Gary and I have to spend some serious time cleaning the hospital before this and securing the building.
it's not a hospital; it's the YMCA.
But yeah, so it's gonna take a while to get up and going.
I mean, yeah.
And then we also, so what else do we want to talk about as far as the Hodgkin house?
Um, so I was setting up cameras by myself, and from the get go, we already had issues. I was having like a 7 foot shadow, like wiggling itself around me, like chasing me around the house. And apparently, Dylan got mad and threw the camera at the ground, and I couldn't reach anyone on the walkie. And John's laughing at me, and I couldn't get out of the house because the door wouldn't open up.
And
So,
then I'm like, hey, Gary, you got 4 minutes left.
yeah. And when John did his solo, I was like, John, you got 4 minutes. And then 4 minutes go by. And then I was like, John, you got 6 minutes. And then when that goes by, I was like, John, you got 10 more minutes. And he actually,
I
Dylan's got the
I
footage. He
got
actually
put
had
into
like
a
a,
trance.
you actually had like a celestial, astral, demonic, like outer body experience.
I did have an out of body experience. So supposedly when I was doing my solo session, it almost seemed like my astral form separated from my body at one point and came and like rubber band back.
Yeah,
It was weird. All
it
of us got
was.
affected too when we turned on that lantern, and you can hear me in the beginning of the video go, "No, dude, don't turn that on."
So if anyone you know, if you investigate with me, if you tell me, don't touch that, don't do
Yeah,
this, what do? I do it.
yeah.
And then it's kind of like if I do it, then John goes, "Well, what the hell? It's already been done. I'm going to do it too."
Hey, Gabriel.
So
So Michelle Graham said, Gary, just to let you know, you have a powerful female protector around you. She's nice. I like her humor. She pinches you here and then.
Uh, was it Lilith?
Jesus. Oh Lord.
No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I don't know.
Gary's got jokes.
All
Gary's
I
got
know is
jokes.
that John's spirit guide is uh, on vacation.
Yeah. After the hospital, I think my spirit guide had a panic attack. I went down into the basement by myself in the abandoned hospital, and I started because the Ovulus had said, "Don't go basement," and I said, "Okay, I'm going to the basement." While Gary and Dylan are going up to the psychiatric floor,
Let's see if I can see.
and all of a
Oh,
sudden, my walkie-talkie starts fritzing out, and I have one of the
hold on.
shorts on my YouTube channel. If you look at my YouTube channel shorts, excuse me, sorry, try not to yawn, but couldn't handle it. But hey, Gabe, how are you doing? Um, when we were doing that, all of a sudden, yeah, I kept doing channel 16, channel 16, channel 16 over and over and over again. I could not communicate with Gary. Yeah, that's what it was doing right there. And it
What?
would not stop. And so I'm trying to hit the button on my jacket to go, "Hey Gary, can you hear me? Gary, can you hear me?" Nothing was happening. So I'm like, I'm going up to the psychiatric floor to meet up with Gary. And all of a sudden, through my walkie talkie headset, I hear, "What?" radiate through my whole headset. And I'm like, what in the hell? That walkie talkie ended up frying out completely.
And the crazy thing is that I thought I was on the first floor when this happened, and Dylan was in the emergency trauma area. And but
What?
me and Dylan were actually 2, 3 floors up. Um,
It might be
and
Adam.
Dylan and myself, our walkies, Dylan's walkie was already broke. The antenna already broke. And my walkie was still sitting at Nerve Center on the table on the first floor. So something had to pick up the walkie.
and I
And
and I have probably about 500 witnesses because we were live on TikTok when that happened.
and I told John not to go to the boiler room for the beginning. And I had a bad feeling. And I was like, yeah, this place is going to be really bad for you, John. And you're like, okay, I won't go in here. And then later he goes in there, and I actually have a clip of him after, and it looks like John just got out of POW camp. He dropped
Yeah,
his headlamp. He was like, it looked like he just came out of like the world's like biggest rager.
I might have come up the stairs running. Okay, like I may or
That
may not
place
have.
does not like you, and you're about to live there. Let's just say, remember, it said kill him, Gary. So
Yeah.
I wonder if
'Cause-
this is fate.
oh yeah. Did
I wonder
you?
if this is fate if you think about it.
Hey, if I die at a haunted location, I die doing what I loved.
I mean,
Um.
it helps me out one more spirit for communication. So
Right. The Swedes. Jesus. Hey, the Swedes. How you doing?
see, and then we see how we joke around is how we joke around and we investigate. Because if you mess with dark and such sinister stuff, if you joke around like this, you actually get a lot of activity
Mm-hmm.
because you're not like giving into, oh my god, I'm gonna die, or my eyes are as big as like a car tire, like I'm scared. Like
Right. Yeah,
the
that
thing
was
that sucks though is never use a lantern and
yeah.
investigate because I didn't know what I was doing and I must have walked into like 30 walls. John left the camera upstairs, went into
Dude,
another
I
room.
I
John forgot
literally
his name.
opened okay, so I literally opened that lantern and then it was like lights out, no one was home.
Yeah, let's just
And
say
I don't
John
know
didn't know
what
what a digital
happened.
recorder was and he couldn't find it for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was right in front of me and the recorder was
And then
right
you
in front
apparently
of me.
just turned it on and left it.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
get it.
actually interested to see what's on that recorder.
It's probably saying like, dude, what are you doing?
I know I have some excellent EVPs from that night cuz
All I know
I
is
still haven't gone
that
over
that
mine.
property really like Dylan.
Oh yeah, it took a special liking to Dylan for sure.
And he especially didn't like him when we told Dylan to kind of taunt it and turn it up when he said, I'm a big white boy from Texas.
They're like,
And if you ever
there's
investigate
only
with
two
John,
things in Texas.
if you ever investigate with John lately, it's not so much demonic. All he does is bring elemental stuff, and it's getting annoying. Elemental. It's all you hear. Elemental and this, elemental and that on every spirit box, every ovulus. Then you start seeing like transformers look like foxes, and
Oh my god, dude, we should totally share the story of the Wichita Maple Grove Cemetery story. Oh my
you're COVID
lord.
negative, so I'm surprised you're not behind the wheel right now, ready to go.
I know. Well, I have to go to work so I could get some money together so I can come up. I
If
still got to
anyone's
pay
watching
bills.
this, donate to John so he can come get possessed at the
Yes,
graveyard.
if you guys would like to donate, you can feel freely to do so.
If you
It's
help
an
John get to
option.
where I am, I will put John through the craziest stuff.
Yes.
Promise. And I'm always hold my word.
If you guys want to see more content, if you guys want to help support the channel, please make sure to donate or become a member. It helps to go towards the investigations.
And then when we
It's
came
not a
back from the
requirement to be
hospital,
here. It's just a
remember we came back
suggestion.
from the hospital, and then I'm like, I turned around and I was like, watch, the Boo Bear is gonna go off, and the REM pod's gonna go off,
Yep.
and second later it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe one of our attachments rubbed the entities the wrong way. I don't know.
mm. All
So
I know is you have the house, and then you have they call it like the new shed property where they keep everything. I'm just gonna
yeah.
leave it at that. And then where we were set up at our nerve center, we didn't know that there was a giant warehouse to the left of us, and there was so much activity in there.
Oh, dude, remember when we walked into the warehouse, our HQ, right after we got done with the hospital? The second we walked in the building, Gary's like, something's gonna go off. And not 3 seconds later, the REM pod just starts blaring.
You know, it
That was
was
crazy.
it was
Hey,
why
what's up, Christina?
while Dylan's having a solo session, John and I are getting activity at the same time right at base camp. That was pretty crazy. There wasn't a dull moment for like 8 hours straight,
Yeah.
and it was exhausting because we literally we investigated all night until like 9 in the morning.
You want to see a power struggle between energies. We're about to go film the Demon Theater, which is
That
crazy.
oh god, you should show that clip.
Oh yeah, bro. That I have to really scroll through and find that moment, but the sonic boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me pull it up. So guys, we have another location that we're the caretakers of too in Kansas. We're like building a portfolio of locations that we have regular access to. I think right now we have 4 with a possible another 2. But we are the official caretakers of the Demon Theater, and actually, Gary is now the owner of the hospital. He actually bought the hospital from the previous owner. So, Gary is official owner of a very haunted location. Let me find that clip here. Okay, it's right here.
And we thought it was the roof, but there was so many events leading up to it till like we thought the end of the world was coming when we first pulled up. Remember that?
Yep.
And John's sitting in the truck, and I'm getting all the gear, and John's like, "Okay, I'm ready." And it kind of got backfired you on that one.
I'm trying to find the clip here.
Uh,
Okay, here it is.
that sounds like it.
Yep. Share screen.
See how it's like overlapped but very faint? It's like weird. It's almost like a robotic type noise.
Oh shit! Holy fuck! That's
And there's Tristan that I make him sit by himself everywhere in the dark.
dude.
I'm behind the camera, and Gary's the Corsa one in front of the camera with the Destination Fear shirt on.
Yeah. I try to get behind the camera and John doesn't let me.
Okay, so let me tell you, that was not a door, nor was it the roof that collapsed.
Or a shotgun or a firework.
Oh, you guys probably didn't hear it properly because I didn't have the share system audio on. So we're going to replay that.
Come on now.
It's just a tile.
No, you see it.
It's ceiling tile collapse. Ceiling tile from here to here. Collapse. Collapsing from water. That's holy fuck.
Faint. It's like weird. It's almost like a robotic type noise.
Oh shit!
See how it's like overlapped but very faint? It's like weird. It's almost like a robotic type noise.
Oh shit!
So if you pause that,
Holy fuck!
If you pause it, there was.
I want to make a suggestion. When you're investigating with a group of people and something kicks off, you don't just take off and run. You stay in your ground.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yep, exactly.
Because John ended up paying the piper for that, and then me and John ended up getting in an argument and ended our friendship. We blocked each other. We did everything. I'm surprised we filed like a lawsuit on each other.
No, we didn't. We fought.
It was
that
ridiculous.
Location got us so upset at each other for a week.
It got really it targeted you. It got personal with you.
It targeted me. It started going after some of my previous really bad investigations.
And then the farmhouse, and new information that you and I didn't even know, and you had to confirm it.
Yeah, there was nothing that slammed to the ground. That's how the Demon Theater is. And yeah, we got hit hard at that location. I mean, it started getting personal with friends of mine. It started going after family members. It was telling me stuff that Gary didn't know about with my family. Started going after mutual friends of ours, telling them that they were going to hurt each other. I mean, it was brutal. I mean, that location the Demon Theater's no joke. Half the time I don't even feel safe in that building, and it's not because it's structurally unsound. It's because of the energy is so insane. Gary and I both got sick when we had a 170 milligauss spike, 175 milligauss spike inside that building.
Yeah, and then the claw marks is salt.
Yeah, we had a salt line that we put in the threshold of the doorway, and it dragged its claws through the salt.
Me and Tristan getting attacked backstage, and then John's like, "Sorry, I'm in the threshold."
Yeah, it's a very powerful evil entity.
Oh, and then the ball, and then remember the
ball got thrown like 100 something feet.
The giant chandelier move too.
I don't remember that part, but we had at least 5 of those sonic booms through the building,
and they were all on command.
Yeah,
so they're not happening randomly, and there's no electricity, so nothing short-circuiting. There's no spontaneous gas combustion. There's nothing falling from the ceiling because everything's documented from before and after. So nothing fell. It's like it just manifested in the air and then exploded to the speed of sound.
Yeah,
it's crazy, like I'm going Mach 1 and scaring the crap out of you.
Oh yeah.
And the attic still hasn't been investigated.
It breached the salt line. I actually have a video of when it breached.
And when it breached that's when we started getting the milligauss hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Here. That's right. The video's right here.
What is this?
With the brown stuff on top of it.
What is that?
It's like, I can't see the video.
Hold on, I'm putting it up.
And so what we do is we get really curious, and then I'm like, "Don't touch it," and then.
With the brown stuff on top of it.
What is that?
It's like burnt. Oh no! Don't touch it.
Oh fuck it.
Is that crazy?
What is this?
With the brown stuff on top of it.
What is that?
It's like burnt. Oh no! Don't touch it.
Oh, fuck it.
Don't touch it. Okay.
Somebody has some pine tar up here trying.
Yeah.
What was that? Is that your background noise at your house?
No.
Go back to that.
All right, you're gonna
I just heard. I think I just heard something go weird.
No,
Yeah,
that's something else.
that means the big boy's gonna get you good.
I smell something else.
Was that from the video?
Go back when he's touching it.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. Listen, go back. Click.
All right, this is our protection area. You're going right, and I'm permission to go down here.
Go right there, right there.
I just heard that right behind you. Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
I just heard that right behind you. Yeah.
And we never caught that.
No.
That is very bizarre.
I just heard that for the very first time. Because I've gone over all this evidence. Like
Wow.
multiple times over. I've never caught that.
So you know what? That's great about paranormal is you can go over anything so many times and
yeah,
you'll
let's
get
just
something
say
new.
there's not a child there.
No. And children are not even allowed to go in there, and there's actually footsteps.
To put in perspective, this location's had 4 documented possessions. And it influences people to act the worst of ways towards one another.
Even it's like a magnetic pull. People can walk by on the street and it'll influence them. The police won't even go in. They make the sheriff's department go in. They don't even want to go in.
Yeah.
It's caused some investigators to just stop investigating.
Yep, it caused one of our friends to stop investigating, matter of fact.
The first guy that I ever took there, he poured holy water down into the foundation drainage system.
Oh, Jesus.
And he got hit so hard in the face on the way home. He documented it, and he had it looked like a frying pan hit his face, and from there, he never investigated ever again.
Yep.
So guess what John did when he was there? He poured holy water.
And I ended up having my car completely fall apart on the highway, and I almost got hit by a semi truck on the way home.
And a lot of people, like with that, a truly like evil place, it's not even say demonic, is they work on their time, not on our time. So if you want to go there and be like, oh, I need something to happen, oh, I don't believe this isn't whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, then 6 months later, your bank account got hacked, family members dying, you got COVID, and your car falls apart. Like, it'll pick at you slowly, so it'll just break you down.
Yeah. It literally, the day I was driving back into Texas, my whole car fell apart on the highway. My throttle body system in my car and both my axles disintegrated, causing my car to stall out in the middle of the highway at 60 miles an hour.
And your car's fairly new.
Well, that was a throttle position sensor that went out recently again. So.
No, your car is not like a 1990 Buick.
Oh no, my car's a 2017 Honda Civic.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be doing random stuff.
No.
And it's a coincidence because you had a demonic case that you did for residential, and your car had trouble right after that.
Yep.
Remember?
So I took a year off YouTube, so a lot of you guys don't know this, but I was still investigating very heavily and dealing with a lot of private cases. One in particular this year, or last year, Gary remembers this because I was on the phone with him because I was investigating this place in North Carolina by myself for over a month. It was very nasty, very evil, and
the good stuff.
Yeah. And this family was being tormented by the spirit left and right. And basically, they unearthed a burial ground in their yard when cleaning their property to build their house. And it screwed all sorts of things up inside their home as far as the activity went. And I started investigating, and I ended up getting another call at that same time for another house in North Carolina that was even worse. That day, I was about to do the consultation on the other house about 2 hours away in New Bern, North Carolina. my car randomly spun out for no reason on the highway. I hit the guardrail at 60 miles an hour. That house was incredibly demonic. And I had very high interest with the Catholic Church of wanting to get involved on that property. Let's just put it that way. Gary remembers that I was heading there that day, and that's when my car accident happened.
Yeah, that was. I mean, demonic residential cases can get more personal than I think like a massive location, because it's kind of like they've already taken up residence, and it's like, it's my place, get out.
Well, it
So,
wasn't an attachment. I think something was keeping me from going to that house.
yeah, and then after you did that, where did you go? Oh, let's go to the Demon Theater.
Well, that was about 6 to 8 months. I went to funny thing is, the house in North Carolina, I had actually was at Waverly Hills Sanatorium filming B-roll when I got called for that house. So I was in Louisville, Kentucky when I had gotten that call. And the day after I left Waverly, I was in North Carolina at that house.
Jesus.
And when I got in the accident, my airbag never went off on my driver's side. My passenger side went completely off, which was pretty wild.
And then you went to Skinwalker Cave.
Oh yeah, I went to Skinwalker Cave, went to the Demon Theater. We went to Maple Grove Cemetery, which has a lot of negative energy. Aussie Tiger, you have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you guys haven't seen the new video, please make sure to go check it out. That video is action packed.
And that's like only like maybe an eighth of what really went down, because
Yeah.
some of it is so disturbing and uncensored that,
Yeah.
I mean, you'd get your channel shut down real quick.
Yeah, there was some stuff that we couldn't have on camera. And honestly, there was about, between all of our cameras, there's about 24 hours of footage that we filmed in that house. So I only had probably about 8 hours of footage that I had to push into 48 minutes. So
Yeah,
it becomes kind of a struggle.
just a little bit.
But I will be doing like a couple of other like releases and stuff that'll be members only. I'll be putting like a bonus footage episode for members only. So if you guys want to become a member, you guys can sign up for that. There you go. See ya, Aussie Tiger. So I guess Gary left. So yes, so there'll be more stuff. I'm gonna try to get some of the footage from Dylan, so I can put some more bonus footage together, make it like an extended version, and release it to members only. How do you choose your footage? I usually will choose like the best of the best moments, and I'm usually going through and sending the evidence to 5 other paranormal producers to try to make sure that I have actual paranormal evidence. I kind of run it by them, and then I select that footage, and I have some people that I work with that check out my content that I send the files to, and they review it and say, "Hey, put this, and this in there. This is really good stuff. I think people really like this." So, yeah, that's kind of how I select my content. I like to tell the location story to the best of my ability. Um, yeah, if you guys have any more questions, I'm more than happy to help answer them for you. I think Gary had to go deal with his kids, so you guys got me. But if you don't have any other questions, I appreciate everybody for coming by, spending the time with me, and oh, there he is. Welcome back, Gary.
Sorry about that.
No problem. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, join people. You get a lot of bash for your cash. John, if you ever come back to Alabama, I want to investigate with you. Actually, I have the keys to a plantation house in Alabama that I have regular access to. I need to take Gary there. Matter of fact, we need to do a documentary there too. The 1851 Springville Plantation House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gary. Eddie said he wants to come and investigate with us.
I told him 1,000 times
I know we've all told him 1,000 times. He's definitely welcome anytime. How big is our crew? Please
about this big.
don't put any spam in there. You will be put in timeout. I don't know where my mods are, but so that's okay. But yeah, so as far as I have the house in Alabama, which is incredibly haunted. I have the house in Georgia that I have regular access to. I also have access to a location that's never been done before. So how big is our crew? It's just me, Dylan, and Gary usually. It's just a crew of 3. I also have a entire abandoned train depot I have access to. So. Oh, and we got the Pioneer Saloon and the Silver City Ghost Town, as well as the Goldfield High School. So
In the Nelson mines.
Oh, dude, we gotta do that one together this year sometime.
Has Joe ever been there?
No.
He needs to go there.
Yeah, we'll take him down in the mines.
He would have been cool if he popped on right now. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I don't know what Joe's up to right now. I think he's probably spending time with his wife Cynthia, or his girlfriend. I mean, and they both been kind of hurt since Murad died because they were close. So, yeah, Gary and I have now been investigating with each other for 2 years. Yeah.
No.
3.
3, and just a lot harder within the last year. And then.
Yeah, Gary, have you ever thought about starting your own YouTube channel?
I have, but I am like the type of person that's just so go, 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 go. And then I usually I'm more of a person that gives back. So I take a lot of the YouTube creators to locations and I just amp it up. They get their content and I'm just satisfied with that.
Yeah.
I'm not really like an individual that is looking for like recognition or my own channel. I just like going balls to the wall.
And guys, I am gonna be starting to do podcasts too. Like I'm gonna try to do it starting probably twice a month here, like a video podcast. Gary and I were thinking about. Well, Gary and I are actually gonna start our own podcast, but I'm gonna have my own separate video cast here on YouTube, bringing well-known paranormal people up here and other teams from across the nation. Share their experiences in the paranormal. Actually, Kendall and Vera Welton are going to be joining me up here, and if you want to join in, Gary, since we all know them, and then Brandon Alvis wants to join too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we're gonna get Brian Murray and Rochelle Stratton from A&E's Ghost Hunters, Kendall and Vera Welton from A&E's Ghost Hunters, and Ernie and Denise Pack from Pac-Man Paranormal, who were the former tour guides at Waverly Hills. I'll make sure to bring the biscuits. Huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I can interview Eddie and Jen.
I wonder, is Ernie on right now? You must bring him on because then he could talk about Waverly Hills again.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I could get.
Or if
Well, because I'm
if
actually.
you want, we could jump over to TikTok if everyone's okay with that.
Hey, if you guys want to jump over to TikTok, we could jump over to TikTok too. That way we can get a little bigger of an audience.
You'll never guess what I'm doing right now.
What?
Trying to figure out my Fortnite username.
I guess we're gonna play Fortnite then tonight.
No, I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out. I keep logging into my son's. I don't remember it.
Gary and I just got over COVID, and both of us tested negative today.
Yeah, it was. Let's just say
it was a rough ride.
I don't understand because like I've been in COVID units, I've worked in the medical field, and I've been around people that are so ill, and then I get it randomly out of nowhere. Like,
yeah,
that stuff sneaks up on you. So
Gary's in the works of becoming a doctor, guys. He's trying to get his doctorate right now. So
yeah,
he's
so
a lot smarter than me.
I'm just running around chasing demons.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to join us up on TikTok, we're going to take this over to TikTok, and I can add some more people up there too. So,
all right, I'll jump out.
All right, man. I think we're going to end this stream tonight. Thank you guys so much here on YouTube. Much love and like, guys, and we're going to go hop over to TikTok. So, take care. Peace.